TV Joshua's son Evang, Terrence prophecy came to pass.
Zelensky of Ukraine will face heavy problems from his own people. I mean, his own people, the people he's leading, the people of Ukraine. This particular year, 2025, they will strike against him.
A prophet of God must say what he will live to see accomplished on the 31st of December 2024 to 2025 crossover night, the man of God. Senior evangelist Terrence shared a powerful prophecy about President Zelensky of Ukraine. Watch the word of the prophet unfold.
We now shift our attention to Ukraine's internal political tensions. Lawmakers stormed the podium in the country's parliament, the Verkhovna Rada, voicing outrage over Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky's latest crackdown on opposition figures. The trigger, if you're wondering, it's his administration's decision to impose sanctions on former President Petro Poroshenko. Videos on social media from the scene show angry MPs holding banners and chanting against Zelensky, accusing him of silencing rivals and centralizing power in his very own hands, calling Zelensky's leadership as a dictatorship.
Remember what the prophet said, Ukraine President. President Zelensky will be hated by his own people, and they will strike against him. When the prophet speaks, the wise listen.
They will strike against his leadership. They will say, no, people will move on the street.
Show angry MPs holding banners and chanting against Zelensky.
President Zelensky of Ukraine will face heavy problems this particular year.
Just as the man of God predicted in his prophecy, this is where we are today, as Zelensky's own people are turning against him.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
And the president who's trying to save your country.
You think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
Watch the full prophecy about Ukrainian President Zelensky at the crossover night.
President Zelensky of Ukraine will face heavy problems from his own people. I mean, his own people, the people he's leading, the people of Ukraine. This particular year, 2025, they will strike against him. Write it. They will strike against his leadership. They will say, no, people will move on the street. President Zelensky of Ukraine will face heavy problems this particular year from his people. Hallelujah. Ask God's mercy to speak for him.
The voice of God can never be heard without action. When God speaks, the wise listen. As we look to the future, let's continue to pray for the President of Ukraine, that God's strength will carry him through these challenging times. May we support him as we watch the future unfold to the glory of God.